Here's a peek at my process for painting these delightful pants. Just using a bottle of fabric paint and a paintbrush, I'm going to turn my plain old clothes into a walking masterpiece. Hey, I'm Jazz, I'm an artist and a surface pattern designer, and today I'm getting artsy and crafty. Step inside my studio for a peek at my process in designing delightful pants. This project took me about half a day, an hour or so to whip up the design and then a couple of hours to actually paint it. Honestly, the hardest part was waiting for it to dry so that I could wear it. First, I swatched the colours so that I could decide which one to use. I stirred the paint, put a little bit on the lids, and also tested the paint on the inside of the waistband so that I could see the true colour and opacity of each shade. I'm a bit of a planner, so I jumped on my laptop and grabbed a whole bunch of illustrations from my library of elements that I've created over the years. I'm using Adobe Illustrator, and I made a quick outline of the pants and started placing some of the icons. Now the front design is locked and loaded. I'll transfer the designs at the side seams onto the back and then create the rest of the design. Going for a big scale and a painterly look. I think it's going to be easier to sketch my design out first on the actual pants. This will help me to be more confident when I'm painting with fabric paint and not make any awkward marks or mistakes. I'm using a watercolour pencil that will theoretically come out in the wash. I'm starting to loosely sketch out my design. Alright, a deep breath in, here I go with the fabric paint. I'm starting up near the waistband with the checks. I'm using Setacolor fabric paint and a paintbrush by Pebeo, which was kindly gifted to me by my all-time favourite art supply store here in New Zealand called Gordon Harris. I actually remember going to the House of Harris when I was a kid. My mum would take me there and I would watch her froth over all of the art supplies, which is exactly what I do now. The directions on the Setacolor bottle say that I need to iron the reverse side of the fabric, so I'll do that, then it can be washed. But let's be honest, I'm just going to let it dry and then put them on because they are super fun. As I mentioned, I'm going for a painterly look. I'm avoiding completely filling in the diamond shapes. Next up are the lemons. I really liked the way that my original digital design had the lemons and the bowl outlines and they're overlapping. So I'm going to recreate the same look. I am really liking this situation. I think you can see me getting into the creative flow here and it's all working really well and I'm in my happy place. Time for some organic looking flowers. I use these shapes a lot in my original paintings. I like how easy they are to digest and give the viewer a bit of a rest when I'm painting something weird next door to it. This squiggly line is part of the placemat and I'm going to draw a cute little breakfast scene. First up, a lemon segment. I may have made the knife a little bit too stabby. Now, because of the squiggly lines next door, I've got a round plate, and oh yes, it's croissant time. This is super cute. Let's decorate the plate. I'm taking a step back, and so I can see that we need a little bit more contrast because the flowers are close by are super intense. So I'm going to fill in the knife and the fork, and also thicken the outline of the circular plate. Now I'm going to take a step back again and look at the overall placement and balance. I'm going to draw this line situation. I actually don't know what these marks are. Any guesses? Spoons, lollipops, people, marshmallow on a stick? The front needs to dry now and I need some caffeine and a snack. After a break, I'm sketching out the back and I'm going to carry the design over from the front at the side seams. I think it's easier to do it this way and adjust the middle section of the design if I need to. In hindsight, I don't love the placement of the curvy vessel being so close to those squiggly placemat lines. There's not much I can do about that. I made a few whoopsies while I was painting the front, so I'm also going to cover those marks. A little messy thing, to be honest with you. I'm kind of grateful that being an artist is often associated with chaos, so I'll take that free pass. Here we go with the paint again. Couple of deep breaths and we get back into the creative flow. And I'm starting to get a little apprehensive now as I'm kind of running out of paint, mostly because I spilled some of it. I did tell you I was messy. Another plate situation. I'd like to put something on the plate, but I will finish the main design first, and if I have any left over then I might put a little something on there if it needs it. Now, the moment you've been waiting for, let's put this cute little situation on. Right, there, hey? So good. Super comfy. How do you feel about the flare on the butt? I'm really happy with the result. Nothing in my wardrobe is safe now. I think I'm going to paint everything I own. Thanks for watching, and I'd love if you give that subscribe and a little